You've been here now for 7 days and you've had Dan on at you now.
Yes.
How have you found that experience and how have you felt dealing with that?
Oh. It's like you're looking at the world like this, and then Dan goes like this, and you see everything from a whole different perspective. Okay. And that's what QLA is like.
Okay.
It's not for everybody. It's scary, but it's totally worth it.
And obviously within the QLA program, there's a year's worth of free mentorship with Dan, where you are now having to be accountable to someone. Now, obviously from a military background, you have a little bit of experience and that sort of thing. So how does it feel now having an external mentor?
It totally makes the program. It takes it to a whole new level. There's not a program out there like it, and Dan is going to be the ultimate mentor, grilling you every single day. Any mistake you make, getting you back on course. And his ultimate goal at the end of it is to have you be self-sustaining, to be able to continue that after the year long. And it's going to be totally worth it, in my opinion.
Good. So your experience has obviously been a positive one. You said yourself, it's not for everyone. It's not for the faint-hearted, perhaps. It's not for people who are perhaps not willing to dismantle their own systems and their own beliefs and the way that they work, because the QLA program is all about obviously changing the way you work and changing your expectations of what you can achieve. So how has that changed since a week ago when you arrived to today? How have your expectations changed of what you're going to achieve moving forward?
If you want a peaceful life, don't come to QLA. But if you want a life filled with turmoil, total challenge, terrifying uncertainty, absolutely waking up every single morning with knowing it's a new day and that your life could end today, and that if your life did end today, what kind of legacy would you leave? What kind of feeling would you go out with? How would you spend your last dying breath knowing what you did here on earth was worth it? And that's what QLA is all about. So if you want a peaceful life and just want to smell the roses and go with the flow, don't come here. But if you want to experience the beautiful turmoil of the high performers that Dan teaches, then do QLA. It'll change your life.
Thank you very much. Well, here we are, graduation night. You made it to the end. What first made you decide that you were coming to the castle to experience the QLA?
About 60 days ago, I saw Dan on YouTube, and I was watching it, and my wife came in and said, "That guy is just like you." And I said, "I know." And so then I decided the next day to sign up, and that was it. I didn't know much about Dan, and he gave me the one-page assignment to watch his videos, read his ebook, and then fill out the questionnaire and the paperwork.
So it was a very much off the cuff, on the spur.
It was off the cuff. I saw a lot of similarities in my personality and his personality and the way he conducted himself. And then when I started watching his videos and a little bit of history, I just realized it was something I wanted to do and that was meant to be.
Okay, and you've been here now for the week. How have you found it?
Excuse me?
How have you found it?
I think it's outstanding. I think Dan is a wealth of knowledge. It was a little bit more than I expected. I really resonated with a lot of what he had to say, and I enjoyed it. I really did. I enjoyed it. He made me think a lot. I learned more about myself during the week, which I think is advantageous, and I thought it was extremely productive. And I would recommend it to anyone.
And if there's one thing you're going to take out of the week and put into practice in the next week, what would that be?
Take a little bit more risk, expand what I'm doing, use the tools that Dan has incorporated in my existing life, and just use his motivation and his knowledge and his experience that he shared with us and incorporate into what I do on a daily basis.
And going forward, you now have Dan to answer to over the next 12 months.
Yes.
Via your weekly reports and your monthly calls and the back and forth of the communication. How are you going to feel at this stage in your life having someone to answer to? Apart from your wife.
I'm actually looking forward to it, Dan. I'm actually looking forward to it. I have a very strong work ethic. And I've never really had to be accountable to anyone except for myself. Yep. And so to have to report to him and tell him what I'm doing and get his feedback, I welcome it. I think it will be great. I think it will be helpful. I think whatever the feedback is, I'll learn from it. And I think it will bring myself to another level. So I'm actually excited about it.
And to the guys sitting at home, either watching these videos for the first time, like yourself, or guys who watch them every seminar, what would you say to them?
I would say follow your dreams, and I would say be persistent and believe in yourself. And I think that's a lot of what Dan teaches, is being persistent, believe in yourself. Believe that you have the ability to become whatever you want to become and how successful you want to become, and then create choices in your life. And I think that was a lot of what I got out of it. It helped me reflect on who I am and how to grow as a person and in business. And that's what I liked about it. It really helped me reflect.
So you've made the full week. Yes. You've graduated. Not everyone manages that, so congratulations on that for a start.
Thank you.
QLA methodology is obviously very, very different from mainstream thinking. I think it's fair to say. How are you going to implement that in your life moving forward?
Well, basically, I mean, I had an idea coming forward, and I thought I understood QLA, and I had an idea, but now that I really understand it, just about just going forward, not holding back, not giving a fuck, essentially, and basically from here on forward, I'm just gonna act like I have no limits, and that's how everyone should act all the time. And QLA helps put that in perspective, I think.
QLA is all about hard work, and it really is all about hard work. Dan at 71 years of age is still pulling 70, 80, 90 hours a week, doing an 8-day seminar after a total knee replacement 4 weeks ago. Do you find that inspires yourself? Do you think that 71-year-old man, do you know this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you put it that way, I mean, really no one has any excuse at that point. And it's not just about, like I was saying, living like you have no limits, but you have to put the work in, and it's not easy. And a lot of people, I don't think, understand that. So.
What would you say to people sitting at home watching these clips on YouTube and sitting in his Dan Mercedes, finger up his arse, not really knowing what to do? What do you say to these guys?
I would say stop complaining, just get up, whatever the fuck it is you want to do, and just do it. Stop complaining, and then just do whatever it is you want, do everything humanly possible to get where you want to be, and work your ass off. That's it.
Obviously, you've been here now for 7 days. You made it to the end, and you're going to graduate the QLA program. Along with that comes a 12-month mentorship program with Dan, where Dan will hold you accountable for your own efforts, essentially. How do you feel about that, and how do you feel about that moving forward?
Well, for myself personally, what this week has done for me, it's taken me out of my comfort zone. What Mr. Peña will be doing is making sure that I stay out of that comfort zone. I'm concerned, I'm worried. However, I do know I want a better life. So I'm very grateful that he will be doing this for the next year. I'll be grateful for getting out of the comfort zone. And no matter what does happen, I'll do my best.
And if there's one thing you're going to take away from that, from the past week, and implement in the next couple of days, what would that be?
Well, it's definitely taking my life forward, working out exactly what those steps will be. And I'll be starting that literally tonight, on the train, on the bus, on the plane, and continuing forward from that point onwards.
Great. And yourself, young man, you're relatively local.
Yes.
To the castle from Dundee, just down the road.
Yes, sir.
So what made you travel the 20 miles up here to visit Guthrie?
Well, even if Guthrie was on the other side of the world, I think I would have still come to it. But yeah, for me it was just very simple, cutting out unnecessary things, getting really focused on what I wanted and going after that. That's it.
Okay. And you spent a week away from home in Guthrie with Dan. Obviously Dan, I've personally never met anyone with Dan.
Yeah.
I think probably very few people have ever actually met someone like himself. A man, a 71-year-old man, so had a complete operation. This week has been spending 12-14 hours on his
Yeah, it's impressive.
teaching you guys and keeping his promise to you. That's part of the thing as well, is that if you say you're going to do something, then you can't prove it. And then Dan's going to be holding you accountable to that. So how do you feel when you mess it up? He starts ripping you apart, because he will.
I don't know, equal parts apprehension and excitement, because I know it'll be a painful process, but at the same time, it's a necessary process if I want to improve in any measure. Yeah, that's what I'd say.
It's a learning process.
Absolutely, in a growing process, and I mean, you don't grow without pain, you know. So definitely, yeah.
And yourself, sir?
Yeah.
You unfortunately arrived as well, is that correct?
Is that?
You're also a little bit late in arriving.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, your problems, you missed the first day.
Playing days.
You only got 6 days of done.
Yeah.
So how did you find the QLA experience?
It was both exactly what I expected and much more than I could ever have hoped for. I think it was very necessary to come here and to experience it and smell it and feel it and enjoy it and fear it and go through it. And I feel like I know that this has changed the trajectory of my life considerably, and I can't wait. Yeah.
You're looking forward to the challenges for the next 12 months, 5 years,
I don't really have a choice, do I? No, I don't. No, I don't see that at all. That's not an option for me. No, I choose to go forward with this, with the process, with Dan, with all of my brothers, and we'll be incredibly successful. That's how I see it.
So what would you say to people sitting at home watching this YouTube at the moment about the QLA?
I would say that I used to be those people sitting at home watching this on YouTube, and now I'm here, and it's worth it.
Okay, Greg, here you are again. Welcome back to the castle.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Obviously, your second time coming through the QLA program. Why did you come back?
I came back because I spent 12 months working on the QLA methodology, and it was amazing last time, but the seminar is so dense that I wanted to refresh everything, and I'm very close to work on transactions as well, so I thought it was the right time to do it and get a full boost before the end of the year.
And what did you take out of this seminar that you didn't pick up last time?
I understood it much more in depth. Okay. So I understood the concept last year, but like this time it was like everything opened up and it was amazing.
So it was very beneficial for you.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
You know, although a lot of the content does change and evolves and changes throughout the seminar.
Yes.
Obviously, the QLA methodology is still
the same.
Still the same. Now, you must be a glutton for punishment because you're back again next week.
Yes, I am.
To come to QLA Hardcore.
Absolutely.
So you're becoming a multiple attendee.
Yes, I want to become a QLA bot.
You're just going to move in, Greg. So you've chosen to do that hard after doing your second seminar.
Yeah.
Was that a conscious decision to do that?
Yeah.
And why was that?
Because I've been looking at a lot of deals this year, and I thought the hardcore would be extremely beneficial to spend 10 days with Dan looking at really case studies where we could really look at accounts and decisions that I need to take in my business career on a day-to-day basis.
So it's basically just advancing your current QLA and learning more, I guess, about putting it into exact practice.
Yes.
Okay. You've obviously now got another 12 years mentorship.
Yes.
With Dan.
12 months.
Sorry, 12 months, not 12 years. Don't let him hear that. 12 months mentorship with Dan. In the past 12 months, How has Dan focused you to achieve what
it
you're
was
meant to do?
it was unbelievable. I was expecting something, but what I got out of it was 50 times better than what expected. As soon as I was moving away from the targets or the trend, immediately Dan picked up. We had some issues with some partners of us. He immediately spotted it. That made me save a lot of time and effort. So there's one thing that he says is when I say something, you should listen. And I could really see it in action in the last 12 months.
So for all these people that some of them give up in the mentorship, some of them drop out, some of them, you know, they don't come back, they abandon. What do you say to these people that have tried and then just?
I say it's a shame because you need to keep the faith and keep on working at it. And I mean, Dan says you always have to pull the trigger, and I think that's exactly what it is about. It's a numbers game, and you have to pull the trigger. And if you can keep on doing it, and it's very hard because you know when you get 20 times a no or 50 times a no, that's hard. But you know you need to keep on doing it until the moment where the doors open, and you need to align all of the stars, and then you can do a single shot and get it done.
That's brilliant, Greg. Thanks for speaking to us, and we look forward to welcoming you next week.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.